Feet. They're everywhere. We live in a world saturated with feet. Feet-based OnlyFans creators have earned hundreds of thousands of dollars. Wikipedia's archived multiple celebrities and influencers' feet over the years. Memes have been using feet as a punchline. YouTubers have revealed their feet for subscriber milestones. Some VTubers guessed other VTubers by the silhouette of their feet. Artists have drawn some of the most detailed feet hentai seen to man. I need to pray. And Quentin Tarantino directed a few films.
Wiggle your big toe.
You know, it makes you wonder why all of this has happened. How did this fetish blow up out of nowhere and become so prevalent in today's media? Well, the thing is, the fetish didn't just recently blow up in popularity. It's been slowly built in for centuries. The ancient Athenians were very influential in developing the human species. They brought about democracy, philosophy, science, art, and most importantly, the first recorded instance of the foot fetish. This can be seen in the form of 64 obsessive letters trying to convince their love interest to show their feet. The next instance is several centuries later and is found in a religious Hindu text. In this text, the Hindu god nutted at the sight of the goddess Parvati's feet. But it wasn't until the 12th century gonorrhea epidemic dropped that people started going ham. Toes were slurped down left and right. No one was safe. And you know what? This happened 4 times in total. Basically, it seems that a group of researchers found a correlation between STD epidemics and an increase in foot fetishes. How did they figure out these correlations? I don't really know. Unfortunately, the paper was locked behind a paywall. But what I got from the information present in the abstract is that feet play was seen as a safe sex solution for many, which would explain the exponential boost in foot fetish depictions in pornographic literature during the AIDS epidemic. Of course, there's no way of knowing how many people there are based on the correlation alone. But as we move forward to the modern day, we can get a pretty good estimate by looking at the leading feet subreddits, r/feet and r/feet NSFW, which are about 300k members each. The total amount of people with the fetish is definitely more, but this was the most exact number I could find. Which reminds me.
But I guess I wouldn't mind if you lick them too.
Gary! I was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
I made this video back in 2020 and probably spent 15 minutes making it. I returned a few months later and 1 million views. 1 million views. It kinda just blew up out of nowhere. And this made me realize something. Feet gets views. Feet gets views. And not just views, also money. OnlyFans creators are getting up to $10,000 a month from feet pics and videos alone. Want to sell your own? Don't worry, Google has multiple guides on how to make a profit off feet pics. This one in particular is promising $300 a day. If we were talking about cake and milkies, no one would bat an eye. The average person would see those numbers and probably think to themselves, yeah, you know, that sounds about right. Then they move along with their day. But that's not the case. I'd say the general public is pretty uncomfortable with feet and thinks they're kinda nasty. So it's pretty surprising when you hear about how much money OnlyFans creators are getting. Honestly, no one expected there to be such a large and profitable market for one fetish. And that's the main reason why it's so prevalent in modern media. It's because no one expected it.
Hello. So I'm going to be presenting this theory. The theory of the dogs, right? Got my clicker. Bonk. So you may be asking yourself, what is the theory of the dogs? Well, feet fetishes and anything concerning feet is self-sustaining and will be discussed infinitely. So I've got a process for this, right? There's a big process here, which starts off with installment. So like the idea of the foot fetish is put into your brain. So like people will hear about like the large markets of dog enjoyers or feet related content or feet media. Which you see right here, this dude's hearing about this big amount of people. Maybe WikiFeed, that's an option. Maybe r/feet is your option where you hear about so many people. And then at this point, there's going to be divergent paths, which will be reinforcement. And what is reinforcement? Or more so, what are the paths that our reinforcement is leading to? Well, the first one is other pornographic creators are going to try to appeal to them more. Right, so the average Joe's favorite e-girls OnlyFans, that's a sentence. Like, he's going to notice there is more feet in my e-girls OnlyFans. What is happening? So then they'll start to notice, oh man, these feet, they're everywhere. And then there's also influencers who will start to talk about feet more, and shit posters as well. So influencers and shit posters will start to talk about feet more. They'll be talking about it on maybe one of these social media platforms. It doesn't really matter. It could be on any platform. YouTube, you know, Moist Critical will be talking about his feet, wiki feet, right? Be looking at his page, and people will be making memes. Like, I've made memes because I'm a shit poster, right? Yeah. I guess? No, I am. I am a shit poster. What am I talking about? So, then moving on. More people are aware of dog enjoyers now. That's more installment. People hear about them, right? And then there's another path, actually. This arrow right here, which is probably the most dangerous. Awakenment. They will awaken to the foot fetish from the pornographic curators part, right? So they'll see it, and instead of being like, yo, what is this? And like maybe make some memes about it, instead they'll be like, I think I'm into this. So then, see, now there's 6 of them. What is it? Now there's 6 of them. That's a lot. And then there's another arrow that comes from this one right here. And this one, people enjoy the memes. Viewers want to see more of them. So like maybe they'll make their own memes. And the idea is they'll like put into their brain more. And then they'll keep on seeing these memes. And then they'll keep on thinking about feet. So like it's an idea that just doesn't leave their head. Because these memes are everywhere. And then moving on to the last part. These 2 arrows right here. What am I doing with my jacket? These 2 arrows right here, leading from both of these, the cycle repeats. The cycle repeats after this. It just keeps on going here. So in conclusion, discussion is infinite, and that's why feet is so prevalent in today's media. If you would like to add on to my theory, you may do so, because I definitely did not do it perfectly. Thank you. Dramatic.
Now, I would like to propose 2 possible futures of the foot fetish. Number 1, feet are now banned on all social media sites, and if someone posts or sells them, life in prison. Number 2, the foot fetish is normalized worldwide, and we all are gonna have a foot fetish. Those are the only 2 outcomes. I don't make the rules. So please like and subscribe. Look at the graph. Have a good evening.